automatically force mute?
Technically, there's 2 streams going. The actual stream and the Discord stream.
Ah,
Actually, could you pull the stream up on YouTube and just go through the and just like watch the entire thing through to see if any ads pop up?
I don't mind doing that on my computer when I'm on my computer.
You can.
Oh.
It's more of just an offer anyway. They can just asking if you could if you want.
I don't mind on the computer. Ooh.
Okay, I'm not sure how the game's gonna react to me being live, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's not handling very well, so I'm gonna have to turn down the game quality. Graphics.
You really need this. Fucking hell.
What you say?
I was trying to say before I yawned, you really need an upgrade.
Mate, I'm assuming that was you saying that I need to upgrade the PC, which you aren't wrong. But there's also quite a few good parts in this, so.
You can keep the parts. That's what I mean.
Yeah, I know. Inside of me, Mad's gonna be owing us 250 technically next month, so I can technically go for new parts. But there's also games. I also need to get Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter game to play with me friends, since they wouldn't really want to play it, and I don't mind playing a game like that.
I keep getting asked to get that game.
With mate, since it's with these particular 2 friends, it's either I get it or I'll never hear the end of it. but even then they don't hop on shit like that like I do. So.
My brother, you don't understand. I understand that. You know how I understand that?
Why?
I've had about 16 people ask me to download Rainbow Six Siege.
That's why I took back what I said, because they don't hop on it like I do. Because I go on constantly about it, because I kind of went on it about with Modded Troy a bit too much. So I personally think they scared them away, but one friend did mention how how they pretty much went through the entire game. So when we did go on modded, we kind of just fucked around the entire time. we did nothing.
That's essentially the Minecraft server. We haven't done jack all. We haven't got beacons. We haven't got sponges.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I personally think beacons are completely fucking useless by the time you get them.
Oh, yeah, but at the same time, no. With all the projects I'm doing, I could really use beacons with haste.
Yeah. Haste 2, speed. Regeneration for when Mason gets sexually assaulted in Minecraft.
No, regeneration for when the others do. Because like, you got to remember, I've got that bow that can one-hit mobs.
Well, the bow that you did have, because that went up in flames.
No, because I reloaded the save.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good.
Because that was actually bullshit.
That really was fucking bullshit. The game fucking robbed you. The game. But, I've never ever seen an instance of that happen apart from when it happened to fucking you.
You'll be glad to know that I completed that project though. So.
Does it actually look good, or does it look kind of shit on the top?
Yeah, it does. It does look good.
Does
you know what?
Is the lava layer completely flat on the top of it?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Does it move at all, or does it go towards the center?
It goes into the center, but you don't see the center.
But Mason, it needs to look like it's no disturbances in the magma, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You can't do that. You need to have a source block on every layer, and
do you know,
can't be able to do that.
I personally think you should be able to produce source blocks with lava itself, but instead of requiring 2 source blocks, it requires 4, like in a cross, like in a plus. Like in a plus formation, but and then all the then when they all go into the middle one, and that forms a source block, and only then kind of form a source block.
That's the thing, though. You can't. I'd have to do it where I'd have to place a block. I'd have to.
Do you know what I mean, though? Do you know what I mean, though?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But the way that I'd have to do it is I'd have to build up a tower in the middle of it, to then make a source block at the top, and then do that all the way down. But the thing is, the way that I've built it, it's got a roof.
I've got a question for you. Did you put any source blocks in the center at all on any layer?
Only the bottom one, because I only needed the bottom one.
Oh, actually true. What you could technically do, if I would say if you could get the resources ready, I could technically join for a minute and then make a few fire resistance potions while you're doing other things. But even then, I'm assuming you already know how to make fire res, so that'd be.
Oh, Rob, you know, like most of the people in the server,
Yeah.
I've been teaching them how Minecraft work.
I know it's gonna be really stupid asking, but you do know how to make potions, right? I know it's a really dumb question, but
Rob, I know how Minecraft work.
Fair enough.
Like, it's funny, because even Duzbe, other day, he were on it, and he were looking off the edge of a mountain, he's like, I can make that jump. I can make that jump. I glanced at my share screen.
The question here is, he didn't make the jump.
No, Rob. Let me finish. You'll see what I mean. I glanced at my share screen. I didn't even look. I glanced and I went, "You're not making that."
Did he try anyways?
No, because it's sort of like recoiling backwards. He's like, "Wait, I'm not. Wait, what do you mean?" I'm like, "You're not making that jump. That's a. Oh, let me look. That is a 12 block gap. You can't make that."
Yeah. No matter the height.
The Minecraft character can make a jump of up to 5 blocks, 8 or 7 if you do a double jump.
Yeah. Jump, then jump on the very edge of the block. Then you'll have the extra bit of speed.
No. There's a way to do a double jump if you shoot yourself with an arrow.
Ah, that's fucking smart. What the fuck?
That's what I mean. I fully went into the minutia. And I only glanced at his chest and I'm like, "You're not making that jump."
Did you make him feel... Mason, did you make him feel like shit?
No, because it stopped. He literally stopped moving. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a trust Wolfie.
the only good ending there was the fact that he actually fucking said, "Okay, I'm not gonna make this and I'm gonna die." I'll be honest with you, let's be amazing. It would have been even funnier if he still went for it anyways.
Oh yeah, no, I would have laughed if he did, but
God,
I actually like looked afterwards and I'm like, yeah, either way you're not making that. There's at least a 12.
All of this hindsight, all of this information from a professional Minecraft player. I'm still gonna do it anyways.
No, and then as he was going down the mountain slowly, it's like, yeah. You know how you trust me in Warframe? Yeah, I'm gonna trust you in Minecraft. It's like when I take control of the Destiny Fire team, and I'm there shouting at Sleep. It's like, "Do you trust me? Do you trust me?
Do you trust me, motherfucker? Do you trust me, motherfucker?"
Yeah, that's literally like, because Sleepless will be starting to do some dumb shit. I'm like, "Bro, do you trust me? Do you trust me?" And then he just goes into that little minute voice of his and he's like, "Yeah, I trust you." And I'm like, "Good.
Do you know what you should do? Do you know what you should do? Do you know what you should do eventually is say to him, or if it does be, "Do you Dusby? Do you Dusby?" Instead of "Do you trust me?" That'd be really fucking funny. Do you Dusby, motherfucker? Do you Dusby?
No, I couldn't imagine if I do that to Sleepless. You know, if I'm like, "Do you Sleepless?" And he'd be like, yes, I do.
Instead of the word that you actually fucking mean, it just goes on for ages.
It's like when me and him have a conversation with either the word soup or the word egg.
Egg. But do you egg soup?
No, this is reminding me when I did that stupid shit in Fortnite.
Fortnite? More like Fortnite.
No, listen, you'll actually find this funny, even though it's Fortnite. We were doing, me and some friends, we were doing some dumb shit where we had a match. And I did a stupid suggestion because I was in a goofy mood, and I'm like, we should all communicate by going,
Yes, indeed.
No. So if we were in trouble, if we were getting shy, we'd be like, And then if we found some good loot, we'd be like,
Yes.
And it was that, and then it got to the point where we couldn't even do that without laughing. So then eventually we just all started bursting out in laughter and went, "No, we can't do this.
How
we
the
can't do this."
how the fuck does this clear have slime lung on it? Oh, actually, never mind. I just realized why. Because it's an infectious fluid oxygen.
Slime.
By the way, did I tell you about how deadly slime lung used to be in Oxygen Not Included?
Yes, you have actually. I can remember that.
If you play the game and if you get good enough, you know what we can do? We can do a challenge with each other where we play with the mod that makes slime lung how it used to be and makes all diseases insanely deadly. Makes it so duplicates are incredibly fragile, as you would expect for a human.
Indeed, yes, quite.
But that would require you to time sink a lot of hours into Oxygen Not Included though. And well, you are you, so I'm not sure how you would really take
Put it
that.
this way, it took me 6 years to learn how Warframe mods actually worked.
With this particular mod, you would definitely have to read it beforehand. Unless you're like me and have to actually experience it to understand it. Because since a lot of people probably wouldn't believe it when I say that, but I do need to actually go through the experience of learning it before I actually am able to understand it. Like actually go into it blind and learn it as I go. Because believe it or not, I struggle terribly when it comes to actually learning things. If someone actually tells us, if someone has to teach us and actually tell us, they would have to pretty much sit there for days and days and days, constantly reinforcing it into your head without losing their temper.
I've done that before.
Because I'll be honest with you, that was the only time I've ever actually really learned anything in college. In school, I pretty much learned nothing apart from one teacher who was very tolerant with us and like just gave us the paper and just let us do it on my own. But that was the only time I was actually able to really do it by myself, because that I think it was the only time where I had a maths teacher that just gave us the work, just simple work for now, then slowly gave us more tough work. But by the time I was in college, I was only pretty much a start maths. But I'll be honest with you. Do you know how long it's been since I've done maths?
Mm.
You could give us a simple times like a simple times, and I'd probably get it wrong. Because I had insanely good mental maths, but the way they wanted us to write it down wasn't to their liking. So if I didn't do it to their liking, I'd pretty much fail.
Oh yeah, no, that's how they used to do it with me.
I fucking hated when they did that. It still leads to the same fucking answer.
Yeah, it's because you're not the way I do it is if they give me a problem and I actually knew the answer, which was rare, I'd tell them the answer, and they'd be like, "How did you get to that conclusion?" I'm like, "I did it in my head."
Yeah, but with me,
but then the failure because you didn't show how you reached the answer, and it's like,
because I did it in my fucking head.
Doesn't matter how I did it.
Yeah, I never like that. Cause all it does is put terrible habits into people's heads. If you want me to give you a fucking answer, I'm gonna give you the fucking answer that I fucking got to, not the complicated one that the schooling system forced you to expect from us.
It's like, for example, say, I don't know, let me think of a random problem.
Actually, I got a question for you. Before you do that. Did you have a favorite teacher in school?
No.
In your case, was there a teacher that you hated the least in school?
Yeah.
Could you name said teacher?
Miss Redding.
You see with me, since technically fifth three will be your least hated. For me, these are teachers that actually went out of their way to actually to take their time with us.
Yeah, they never took the time with me.
Yeah. In this quote unquote college, which is literally just 5 minutes up the road from fucking me, they never really took their time. A lot of them never took the time. And the English teacher was the worst. The English teacher just never bothered. So it ended up getting to the point, Mason, where I just didn't bother with the lessons. Like some bits I was good at, but other bits I would just struggle to the point where I just wouldn't bother with it. I just wouldn't take part because I needed help desperately in English.
Maths. I had this teacher. Can't remember his. Actually, no, I can remember his name, but I'm gonna be nice and not fucking say his name. But they always would put me on the point on the spot. You know, they'd be like, Mason, what is this? And even though they knew that the shit they were doing was way too advanced for me, because when I was in year 7 at my other secondary school,
yeah,
we were going into fractions and decimals. By the time I moved to year 8, they were already on the shit after that, and then progressively, they got up to like algebra and Y9.
I'll be honest with you. With me, they never bothered touching algebra with me. They never bothered touching it.
So bear that in mind. I was still at the very beginning of fractions and decimals.
Yeah, you were the.
They were already on algebra.
Yeah, you were already at very basics, because I was a star of the more basic stuff. They never bothered doing algebra shit with me. They put it on other people. Cause like algebra and shit, I wouldn't have been able to wrap my head around without someone actually just supporting us through it. But at a certain point, I'm very sure my college just kind of just stopped having people come over and help us, was just because of the fact that I was just doing my math so well. Like that kind of shit, I would still need help with.
No, so bear that in mind though. They were already on algebra in Y9. I wasn't. So it always put me on the spot and be like, Mason, do you know this?
Mason, I'm gonna be a complete cunt to you and only you.
No, so it keep doing that. So I just decided, fuck that, I'm not going to maths. So then, obviously, you know, I'd get done for truancy because, you know, I'm not showing up to my lessons. And I'd even explain it like, get him to stop doing this because I feel so uncomfortable. And I feel targeted. So, he'd obviously, you know, we'll have a discussion with him. He stopped for about a week or 2 and then kept doing it, so I just stopped showing up again. And it got to the point that whenever I had maths,
you just wouldn't go.
I won't go. So then they came up with a compromise of, when you've got maths, come down to here and stay here for the lesson. And I'm like, okay. It's no skin off my nose.
But, well, because what you've told is, since I'm going off what you told us, if that was the case where you would only ever, where you wouldn't ask anyone else and only ask you, then that's just unfair for fucking you, because he knows exactly what he's doing.
No, he'd eventually ask other students, but whenever he'd
but
like
would he always ask you first though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's targeted. That could technically be counted as a form of harassment.
Yeah, it were harassment. I were being targeted, and I felt uncomfortable because I'd be like, I don't know it.
Yeah.
But then you could hear the little snickers in the back of the classroom, you know, with like, like, yeah. So what? I'm stupid.
God, if I was in those fucking lessons, if I was in those fucking lessons, they wouldn't have heard the fucking end of it, Mason. They would have not heard the fucking end of it.
But you know what I find funnier? There were other subjects that I were way smarter than that.
But yeah.
So like, you missed it yesterday. Genji were on about school shit, and I don't even know why he were on about school shit.
Yeah.
But then she got brought up, and I'm like, yeah, and I got brought up that I was a tutor.
You were a tutor? To who?
They did this thing where the librarian lady, she were nice. She'd do like little things where we'd set up like sweet shops and all sorts, and I'd join whenever she had shit on, just so it got me out of my lessons.
Yeah.
But she had a little program on at one point where you could become a reader for kids that had trouble reading. So I signed up because it would also get me something on my CV that would said I was a reader for students in school.
Believe it or
Because
not,
everything that she did will get put on your CV. So like whenever she had something doing, I did it to get it on my CV, So, you know, I got little brownie points whenever I job searched, and then on top of that, it got me out my lessons.
Mason, job searching?
Funny, every single boy that was in the chat yesterday said that, and I'm like, this was before I was dying.
Mason was barely scraping by.
No, but then they kept saying,
God, I seen it's such a
but
cunt
you
for that.
don't go out, and I'm like, this was at the time when I did go out, and I wasn't dying.
Dying.
But you know, so I'd read for students that are like, you know, dyslexia or they couldn't actually read the words, and
Yeah.
I'd be verbally reading it, and I'd have my finger on the book words that I was reading, and I were going slow enough for the kids that I was tutoring.
Yeah, it makes it
And then
easier for
they'd
everyone.
ask me what a word means, and I'd be like, yeah, no, so what this means is blah 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 blah,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it goes to me
yeah.
in a different context, blah 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 blah.
God, I gotta stop interrupting, man.
How is that like? I know I'm a dickhead and I hate people, but how is it like not that believable that I was a tutor for people?
Well, probably because of how you are now. But that's also because of because of how fucking people fucking treat you as well. If those people just didn't treat you like fucking absolute shit, we don't know how you'd be now.
Then I wouldn't want to watch the world burn.
Yeah, likely.
But you know, you should have heard Jaden's reactions to that were funnier. Because you were like, wait, you were a tutor? Since
Huh.
when?
Since your fucking mom.
And I'm like, when I was in school.
When Mason wasn't dying.
Yeah. When I was in school, I used to tutor kids that had like dyslexia and stuff. Used to read them books. And then they're like, why? Because it would get put on my CV. And it got me out of my lessons.
Unreachable. Curious. An unreachable door? Henshaw?
But I just find it a bit funnier that he said all that, and even the other boys, but I was ignoring them. Because Jaden's dyslexic, and half of the shit that I'll say, he goes, what that mean?
What the dog do?
It will literally be like, what that mean? I'm like, it means that. How do I know this?
Oh, God,
Because I was a tutor.
This is a lot of fucking heat. This isn't gonna be good for the area. I'm gonna need to find a way of cooling this down.
My guy's got the RGB background.
By the way, this is the heating overlay, by the way.
From now on, it is now the RGB background.
I'm gonna have to change this to being the blue background, the blue or green background.
Now I'm actually just remembering a lot of shit I used to do at Librarian. We had a lot of shit where we'd set up like sweet shops and shit in school at like break time, and all the money would go to charity.
They used to do it at my college as well, but I think they ended up stopping that because of the fucking fact that the students are the fucking entitled little fucking cunts.
Oh no, it was funnier because a lot of the time, because we had like what 4 or 5 people at a time that would do it, and I'm not even joking. All the time, it was whenever we had a new thing like that we were doing, it'd be the exact same people. We'd get to the people would come up to me and ask for a certain amount of sweets. I'd do the thing, you know, getting all the sweets.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, how much did this come to?
It's truly a Mason moment.
Because I didn't know how to do maths. Because the maths teacher were a prick, so I didn't go.
Yeah, that is understandable.
I'd be asking my mates, and I'd be like, Kirsten, how much is this?
And Kirsten would just like give us a random ass amount.
No, because Kirsten was actually nice to me, and because she were in my classes, so she knew, you know, what I was going through, so she'd actually tell me the correct amount. But it's just the fact of every time someone would come up to buy shit from me, even though we were all doing the same exact fucking thing at the same exact counter. It's just, a lot of the time people go to the counter with the least amount,
Yeah.
being me.
Well, usually.
College was funny for maths, though.
Come again?
College was funnier for maths, though.
How so?
They gave me a private tutor.
Yeah. Private tutors will help with those who really struggle. Or are much more or less, and much helped with me.
No, it's funny because of the fact that the first tutor lessons she gave me, because this was during COVID,
Yeah.
so we're online, she'd tell me that her students find it a lot easier when they're learning maths through things that they enjoy. So is there anything you enjoy, Mason? I'm like, games, guns.
Just openly admit you like of guns to a fucking teacher.
She was a little bit flabbergasted, but then wound it back and she'd be like, yeah, so I can incorporate those into the lessons if you'd like to try and make it easier for you to understand.
Okay, Mason. Count the amount of bullets.
No, it's because, you put me on the spot with a calculation, I can't do it. But if I'm in a game and I know the weapon I'm firing, I know how many bullets I've got in the magazine by the amount of times I heard the gun go bang. So, for example, in 1911.
8 shots.
No, 7.
Oh, it's actually 7.
It's actually 7. The 8 is if it's got one in the tube. A regular 1911 magazine, the magazine for a 1911 holds 7 rounds.
So Black Ops lied to me.
No, it will have 8 in the. It will have 8 if there's one in the slide. So, for example, if you've reloaded it and chambered the round,
what's the max?
Then you put another full magazine.
What's the max in the mag itself, and only in the mag?
7.
Okay, so technically. There would only be 7 in the gun at one time and 6 in the mag.
7 in the gun at one time, unless you do a tactical reload.
Yeah.
So yeah, COD lied to you, but it didn't lie to you. But so for example, it's 1911. If I make it go bang 3 times, I've got 4 rounds left, and then I'm going to reload.
Yeah.
So for example, let me think.
Mason, don't think too much.
FN57. I make it go bang 11 times.